Hey everyone, I'm Coach Hannah, and today I'm going to be telling you guys the story of how I got into running. Basically, I have always been very active my whole life. I played a lot of sports growing up, but soccer was my main sport. I played that from when I was about 5 or 6 years old all the way through high school and through college. I also played some other sports as well, such as softball, tennis, and cross country. I did a little bit of cross country and also some track and field in middle school. And then I did cross country in high school as well. And that is when I really started to fall in love with running. So I did varsity cross country in high school. It was super fun. It was a great community there. I met a lot of great friends doing cross country. And my senior year of high school, we ended up winning KINCO, which was super cool because our high school cross country team, the last time that they ended up winning KINCO at my high school was 15 years prior. So it had been a while. So it was a great accomplishment to be able to win KINCO in cross country my senior year. And doing cross country in high school was also really great because it helped me get in even better shape for select soccer that I was doing outside of high school. Because about my junior year of high school, my soccer fitness level wasn't quite where it wanted to be at. And so cross country really helped with that. Then when I graduated high school, I ended up going on to play soccer in college. And then I graduated college about 2 years ago, so June of 2023. And when I graduated college, I started to kind of feel lost. I was like, well, I'm done with soccer now. My soccer career is done. So what do I do next? And I really missed, I was really starting to miss that competitiveness because my whole life playing a bunch of sports, I've always been a very competitive person. And I always have a bunch of energy and I feel like I need to use my competitive outlets somewhere. So I decided to, once I graduated college, decided to take running a lot more seriously. And when I graduated, again, like I said, June 2023, I started going on a lot more runs by myself, started doing longer distances, and then I also talked to my aunt who has done a bunch of races for the last 5 or 10 years now. She's done all different distances, 5Ks, 10Ks, half marathons. And I was like, well, the way that I can turn my hobby of running into a competitive sport is by signing up for local races in my area. So I was talking to my aunt and I was kind of trying to figure out which race I should sign up for my first race. And I really wanted to do a half marathon, but I was a little nervous about doing that as my first race ever because I didn't know how prepared I'd be for it. So I was thinking of doing at first maybe doing a 10K to start, just so I could get more familiar with how the preparation and how it goes on race day, because I had no idea. I hadn't done a local race before other than cross country races in high school. So yeah, in about late June or early July, when I started to pick up my running shortly after finishing college, I decided to be bold and sign up for a half marathon as my first ever local race. And the half marathon was end of August. It was called the Iron Horse Half Marathon in kind of a secluded area in the Pacific Northwest, on old woodsy railroad tracks. The whole course was slightly downhill, which was really nice, and there were waterfalls and a bunch of trees. So I decided to sign up for that race, where I only had about 6 weeks to actually train for it. And I was kind of worried. I had no idea how it would be, if I was ready for it, stuff like that. But I did the race, and before the race, I ended up slowly increasing my distances. And I had heard from talking to people that if you can do a 10-mile run comfortably, where you finish that 10 mile run and you feel like I could do more, then you're ready for a half, which is that 13.1 miles. That's what I've heard. If you can do 10 miles leisurely, then you can do 13 in a race. Those 3 extra miles are really just adrenaline. So I ended up doing the race and it was awesome. I ended up getting an amazing time. I got a sub 1 hour and 40 minutes. I got 1:39:56, which was amazing. I had no idea that would be my time. I was not expecting to get that good of a time, but I was really happy with myself. Having that college soccer background definitely helped. After I finished that race, I kind of had what everyone calls like that post-race low, where you're trained for a while for a race and then the race is done. You're like, okay, what's next? So I immediately signed up for another race. Later that year in December, I ended up doing another half marathon in my area. And that course was more hilly, but super, super fun. And as soon as I finished that race, I was like, what's next? And I just kept, after finishing a race, I just kept signing up for another one and another one. And then June 2024, I ended up running my first full marathon. So about 10 months after my first ever local race, which was that half marathon, shortly after graduating college, then I ended up doing a full marathon. And I remember as soon as I finished my first half marathon ever, I instantly had a new goal where I was like, by the time it is my birthday next year, and my birthday's in August. So I said, by the time it's my birthday next year, I want to have ran a full marathon. And I did end up achieving that goal by doing the marathon last June, which was amazing. And then 2024, I ended up doing a total of 5 races that year, which was awesome. And then I have 2 more races scheduled for this year, 2025. I'll be doing my second full marathon this coming June, which is going to be the same full marathon that I just did last year. It's called Light at the End of the Tunnel, because the first 3 miles of the full marathon is in a tunnel that's like so dark you need a headlamp. It's pretty crazy, but yeah, that's how I fell in love with running. I do miss playing soccer competitively, but I was able to take all my love that I have for soccer and channel that into running. So I'm still getting all the cardio that I got from soccer, and I'm still being able to be competitive. So it's really great. And I can't wait to see what's next in my running journey. One goal I have for this year is to maybe do my first ever triathlon, which should be really cool. All right, so I hope you guys enjoyed my story time about how I got into running and how my love for running developed. And I hope this will inspire you guys to start a running journey of yours. I'm Coach Hannah, a fitness trainer with a degree in kinesiology. Don't forget to subscribe and like the video, and as always, chase those fitness goals.